Howdy, it's Dr. Alejandro.
And I'm Dr. Emily.
And as many of you know, we have 4 clinics on our first 3 years in practice.
If you're ready to level up your business, find us at paththovictorychiro.com to get on the path to victory. What's up, guys? We're going to talk about something really boring, but it's going to help you grow and scale to 7 figures just like we did. Today, we're going to be talking about the one thing that helped us grow the fastest. And here's a hint. It has nothing to do with tactics or strategy. It's all about being consistent. And consistency is boring. It's not sexy. It's not creative, but it is the one thing that will help you grow the fastest. So what do I mean by consistency? I mean literally doing the same thing over and over for year after year after year and just fine-tuning and course correcting along the way. Tony Robbins gives a really good example about this. If you're taking a flight from California to Hawaii, that's like a couple hour flight, 5 hours maybe? I don't actually know. I've never flown to Hawaii, but when they are flying at 800 miles an hour on a jumbo jet, it's a pretty massive action that they have to take. So think about that as growing to a 7-figure clinic. But along the way, they are going in the same direction, the same trajectory. The pilot has done this hundreds of times, and it's the same thing that he does day in and day out every single day. But along the way, they're just making these fine tunings and these fine corrections to eventually land in Hawaii. It's a huge step to get there, but they're doing the same thing consistently and just fine tuning it along the way. And that's what we want to compare to running an office.
No, yeah, consistency is boring, but it works. And the definition is doing the right things in repetition, not just when it's convenient. And that is something that we've learned. You can apply it to health, to whatever you want to do. But here we're going to talk on the business aspect. Simple breakdown is motivation gets you going. Discipline keeps you going. Consistency delivers the win. So it's about winning at the end of the day, but you need the consistency. And it was Alex Hormozi recently was talking about that in order to have a successful 100 million company, it takes you 10 years of doing the same thing over and over and over. So that's consistency there.
Yep.
I know a lot of people related to us actually that are in the same industry ask us, we had to stop that, but they were asking us every month, what kind of marketing are you doing? Are you still with this company? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? We've been doing the same thing since we started day one. And to this point, we're still doing the same thing because, it's going to be ups and downs, especially if you're running ads. Some months are going to be better than other, but if you quit, you don't know what next month is going to bring. So that's why you need to keep doing the same thing over and over. Unless basically you're not getting your ROI at all after 90 days, then, take it down. But 90 day is the period. If you work on 90 days, we're going to keep doing it. If 1 month is bad, I'm not going to go by emotion and just quit.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing it. And that's what we've been doing.
Exactly. It's like working out or eating healthy. You don't, there's not like one special workout or one magical workout that you could do that's going to cause you to shed 20 pounds. It's about going in every single morning, working out, even if you're doing the same routine, but you're doing it every day. That's consistency. And eventually after the 90 days, you'll see massive change. But it's about showing up and doing the work every single day. And I think that's where a lot of entrepreneurs get lost in the sauce, so to speak, is because we do have shiny object syndrome. And it's like the next greatest decompression table comes out, or shockwave therapy, or this amazing marketing campaign that we could follow. And we get so attracted to that because it's like, oh, it could be something new and it could be great. And maybe you hit a point where you're like, okay, I've reached a ceiling and I'm ready to grow more. But if you haven't hit that point, you can't be attracted to these shiny new objects. You have to continue to do the same thing and stay consistent and be repetitive because that's what sustains growth over the long term. One other thing that we're always consistent about is our daily huddle, our morning huddle. And in that morning huddle, we do devotion and we do prayer. And it's super, super important to us because that's our core value. We are a faith-based company and we won't bend on that. I remember when we were first opening, I think we were like 2 months into it, and your family came to visit us in Abilene and your grandmother came and we were all kind of like showing them around, giving them the 25-cent tour. Here's the reception room, whatever. We had 1,400 square feet of a building. We still have that. And it wasn't like a huge place to like give a tour to. But while we were kind of showing your parents and your brother everything, your grandma is like walking around the clinic. And I just remember her like whispering to herself in Spanish and just kind of like slowly and quietly talking to herself. And I remember being like, what is she doing? Like, what is she doing? And then eventually she comes with us and we just get in like a huddle, like just kind of organically it happened. And she starts praying. And she told you that she was like praying over each room in the clinic. And just like how special that was to me, that it's like, these are the little things that like you can't teach that. You can't tell somebody to like go and do that. We didn't ask her grandmother to do that. She just did that by herself. But that is a consistency. That's the prayer. That's the thought and intention that we put behind the business. And I think that's what makes it so special.
Oh yeah, I agree there.
So it's not sexy. It's not creative. There are fine-tuned corrections that you have to make along the way. But at the end of the day, you're still going from California to Hawaii. It's still a massive action. It's a huge step, but it's those little mini steps that you take along the way consistently that get you to grow to where we are today. And so we are always interested in more partnerships. We want to open more Victories around the US, even around the world. We're open to that. And so we're looking for the right chiropractor, the right fit who shares our core values. We love to partner with people. Ultimately, we want to help more people get under chiropractic care. And that means finding the right chiropractor who's open to the challenge, who's a go-getter, who loves consistency just like we do. And so if you feel like you're that right person, check us out on paththovictorychiro.com. We also have a Facebook group, Path to Victory, where we share our wins, our losses, our challenges, and everything in between. So we'd love to connect with you guys. Hope you guys have a blessed day.